Alright, so World War II. World War I was over, 1915, 1917, somewhere in that neck of the woods. And it's amazing how short our memories are. So it's 1915, so about 25 years later, World War II broke out. It initially began with aggressions of, imperialism and the expansion of the Japanese Empire in the South Pacific. And it was also Hitler rising to power in Germany, in Europe.
Mike Bobby taking off with the P-47.
Very good. I'm impressed. You've learned something, young Mr. Skywalker.
I learned something after the last 4 or 5 years. The jug. How about that? Also known as the jug?
That is the jug. That's right. All right. So there was a rapid advancement in aircraft technology after World War I in Europe. Not so much in the United States. That's a story for another day. However, we went from flying airplanes that were biplanes and fabric covered to metal construction World War monoplanes. Engine power improved, weapons improved, protection improved. So doing the roll in front of us is the P-47 Thunderbolt. On the low-level flyby is the F-4U Corsair. Both of these airplanes were powered by the Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine. It was a huge twin-row radial engine, produced a lot of power. It propelled the Corsair to over 400 miles an hour in level flight, and later on the P-47 to 200 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour in level flight.
Eyes on the building here shortly, I think.
Now we're going to do a little inverted pass. Fun facts about the Corsair. That's the... Well, when we talk about the Focke-Wulf 190 that just ripped through your... Okay.
Eyes on the building out here. I think they've got permission to drop bombs. Yes. Check this out.
So after the escorting, these airplanes were fighter escort, designed as escort fighters. The P-47, after they found out was a great ground attack aircraft, carried a lot of bombs, had a lot of firepower in it.
Eyes on the building.
You go out there and do a little strafing run and bomb drop. Strafing run and bomb drop. Yeehaw! That's what I'm talking about.
Big boy fun.
So, the fun facts about the Corsair. The propeller was so big on the Corsair. The propeller was so from that motor. They wanted to fly the airplane off the carrier, so Vault Aircraft Corporation said, we'll invert gull, we'll bend the wings downward so that we can keep the landing gear short enough to be able to take and withstand use on the landings on the carrier. The all-white airplane, it's really white because it's scared. It's turned pale because it's scared all the time when it's out flying. This is the Focke-Wulf 190. This was one of 2 German fighters that caused a lot of havoc for U.S. bomber crews over Europe. It wasn't until the P-51 was developed later in the war did be able to escort our bombers to and from Berlin. Round trip, were we able to actually sustain a good bombing campaign?
Guys with the EDF jets, if you'll head this way and get your jets ready to go.
All right, so what Tim just did with his 190 was what we call a fighter brake. What that does, you come by at low level, then you pull up. And as you're pulling up, typically they would then extend the landing gear. And what that does, that enables the landing gear to be thrown out of the airplane in case there was any battle damage, and would help extend the landing gear. All right, we're gonna be landing that big jug here in just a minute. Here comes the Corsair. Now what's unique about that model Corsair is it actually has a radial engine as well. All right, you see Mike on that fighter brake, you see the gear come out. He's looking at the dash panel, making sure he has 3 green lights. That means that the main gear, left and right main gear, and tail wheel are down and locked. He'll be rolling into flaps right about here, and he's got the prop feathered back, getting ready to make for the final turn into the runway.
Nice, Mike.
Beautiful wheel landing with the big old P-47. Hey Art, you must have landed that airplane, right? Art Shelton, yeah, Barbie didn't land that, Art Shelton did. All right, we got the Focke-Wulf 190 with its gear down. He only has 2 green to look at, and Tim probably couldn't handle having 3 lights to look at. So he's getting set up for his landing. Out in front of him is the...
Good save, Tom Homan. Good save, buddy.
Yeah, good save, Tom. Keep it moving, Tom. Keep it moving. All right, you're clear, Timmy. All right, the 190 is down nice and safe.
The enemy back home safely. Beautiful plane though, with that winter camo.
All right, so we got the Corsair, did his fighter brake. He's got the 3 green in the cockpit, got flaps coming down, got the throttle coming back. Doing a turning final.
Line in, Keith. Oh. Dang. Too short. He didn't quite make it.
Hey Keith, we're gonna get Jeremy in real quick. Hold up.